What's up, you guys? I'm here to film another video. First of all, let's discuss. I'm in a new setting, but literally I am just on the other side of my living room. The iconic green wall is right there. I have changed scenery a little bit only because I am back in a crafty mood and I am rebranding and relaunching a lot of my more crafty endeavors. So like my jewelry business is coming back, my soaps, my wine charms, all of that is coming back to my Etsy shop, rebranded. I'll leave the link below, but this video is not about that. First of all, ho ho ho, hope you all had a happy holidays. I'm still using my holiday cup. This book is about Gabrielle Zevin. I want to say it's Zevin, and of course I don't have it in front of me. Zevin or Zelvin's book, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Let's discuss. Number one, this isn't my normal read. I feel like I say that about a lot of books, but this isn't my normal read. This book, they described it as sad, slow-paced, emotional. That's how they describe the book. Yes to all of that. And you guys know I'm more of an action-packed, fast, murder, mystery kind of gal. Not this book. I did really enjoy it. That's going to be the only spoiler I'm going to give you. I'm going to try and give you a review. So, you know, that's difficult for me because I like to discuss the books. But, okay, so at first I was concerned because I listened to the audiobook. I rented it from Overdrive, Libby, whatever it's called. I will tell you, 13-week wait. What? 13-week wait. So I got it and I was like, wow, why are people waiting for this? And I say that because the person reading it, at first I was like, wow, she's really dry, she's really boring. But as the book progresses, you start to really like her as a reader. And I thought she really nailed it. Yeah, so I was nervous because number one, I'm in a book club, you know, besides me talking on YouTube, I'm in a book club and this was one of my choices. And I rarely choose the book. And I was like, oh no, did I pick a flop? But then, so I picked it because Marie read it and she has a book YouTube and she said it was amazing. It was off the beaten path for her. She loved it. And then I saw that the Storygraph chose it for their December book club discussion on live, which I missed. Mainly because I didn't have the book yet. I had to wait 13 weeks for it, honey. 13 weeks. So, the book follows these two characters and named Sadie and Sam. Sadie and Sam are childhood best friends. They bond over video games. Their relationship kind of starts on a lie. Sadie says that she's, just hanging out with him to hang out, but in reality she was getting like community service for it because he was in the hospital. So their relationship kind of starts on a rocky start. They don't speak for a while, then they get to college and they cross paths and they decide that they're going to create a video game together, essentially. The video game takes off. They become really popular. They have another friend named Marks and they bring him into the fold. But the main notes, I always struggle to find what I'm trying to say right there. The undertone, the story, the plot, the main point of the book, I feel like, is that you follow these two people who are clearly in love in a way. And I'll come back to that. They're clearly in love with each other as people. And they never like get together. And it just follows the ups and downs of their relationship in a very relatable way. And once I got to that point in the book, I was like, oh, that's why people love this book, because it follows, it's not like a fairy tale story. Oh, they fell in love and they got married. Not even like they don't even like have sex. Okay. Like they are the typical relationship, but it still follows the ups and downs of that relationship, and how one of them was in love in a more romantic way, one of them wasn't, but they're still partners, really successful game design partners, and it follows their relationship in that way. And it really made, when I finished the book, first of all, I was shocked that the author went in the direction that she did, because there is a twist with one of the characters and I didn't see it coming. And once I hit the twist, or the traumatic point, one can say, there's a traumatic point, twist, whatever. Pick which one, probably closer to traumatic point. Once I got to the traumatic point, I couldn't put it down. Like, I had to finish. Like, I lost a day, probably a half a day, to this book. Like, I was determined to finish it today. I knew that I wanted to record this video too while I was high off the emotions from it, because I feel like it really made you think, because I've been thinking a lot lately as a person about how we put a lot of stock and thought and entertainment, movies, books, literature, poetry, TV shows, whatever, into romantic relationships. But I was having this discussion at one of my brother's parties, and I was always saying I feel like a harder breakup is a friendship breakup than a relationship breakup. I feel like with a relationship breakup, the person is normally there for a shorter amount of time and it's easier to move on from that person. But a friendship breakup hits differently. And I feel like this particular book really takes you through the emotions of understanding and observing complicated relationships that aren't 100% romantic, because there was like a romantic edge. I see why everyone says that this isn't a book that they typically read or typically seek out. And at one point in the book, when the traumatic twist came, I've been trying to be creative. At one point when the traumatic twist came, I even looked up the author on Twitter, because you know when people write something and then you're like, I need to see what you look like. So I went back to her, like, to find her Twitter to like see what she looks like. And of course she's not on Twitter, and she's got like this animated picture. Her tweets are protected. You can't go to her page, which I thought was interesting. But then you can, I mean, obviously you can Google a picture, or she had to go on like a book tour or whatever. But I Googled her because I feel like I needed to connect to the person who wrote this in a way. Okay, so I'm saying all that to say it's not traumatic, but it is good. It's slow. If you're looking for like a slower, I would say medium pace. If you're looking for like an action, like if you only like action packed, like I'm reading Blood Marks, the follow-up to Legend Board, that is action packed, right? Lucy Foley books are action packed, they're page turners, right? Ruth Ware is a page turner. This is a more slow read that explores human nature. Yeah, and I honestly, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely, I think I'm gonna end the year, I wanted to end on 65 books for the year, but I think I'm gonna end the year probably on 63. This is 62, and I'm hoping that I can finish Blood Marked. But this lands in my like top 10 books of the year, which, wait on that video. I am going to record my top 5, I think, videos for 2022. It's going to be a good list, so stay tuned. Like and subscribe if you want to check out the stuff in my Etsy shop that I'm working on and getting paint all over me for. I'll leave that link below, as well as the link to my Storygraph. I encourage you to join the Storygraph as usual. Not sponsored, by the way, but if you do want to sponsor me Storygraph, I'm right here. But yeah, add me on the Storygraph. I just think it's a really cool site to see what other people are reading. It's like Goodreads, but it's got statistics, so come on, what's not to like? Join me on the Storygraph. Okay, thanks, bye.